Hi guys, welcome to another video. In this video, I'm going to be showing you every single thing that I eat in a day. Let's start with showing you guys which ingredients that I'm going to use. In my previous videos, I showed you guys the top 10 sources of proteins, carbs and fats. In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to mix them up and use them in your meals. So on this table, I'm going to show you guys every single thing that I eat in a day. First, let's start with our proteins. We've got our chicken breast, our fish and our lean beef, and we've also got our eggs. These are things that I incorporate every single day. They're super high in protein, very lean and good for you. They also keep you full for longer because protein sources generally take a longer time to digest in your body, which are extremely helpful for keeping hunger in check. Next, we've got our carb sources. So in our carb sources, I like to eat carbs that are low in glycemic index, which means they again digest slowly and don't spike your blood sugar levels too much. So we've got sweet potatoes, we've got quinoa, which is a Peruvian grain, we've got brown rice, which is something I eat every single day. It's super fibrous, super nutritious and keeps you full for longer. We've also got oatmeal. Oatmeal is something I use every single day again for breakfast, and I'll show you how to mix and match it with my other sources. In the next section, we have our fruits. So we have watermelon, which is something I use regularly. We have our stone fruit, which is something I love. I love stone fruit. I use plums and white peaches, and we've also got a pear as well. I incorporate bananas, but I'll show you that later on as well. In our veggies section, we've got carrots, and these are some things that I cooked earlier, but I wanted to show you guys. We've got broccoli, and we've got cauliflower as well. And we've got our spinach here. Here we've got our Greek yogurt and bananas. Bananas is something I told you I use earlier, and Greek yogurt is another protein source that I use, which is I use as my snack. For our fats, we've got olive oil spray, and olive oil itself. We use different kinds of olive oils for different things, and I've also got a snack fat, which is cashew nut. I either have cashew, almonds, walnuts, peanuts, whatever, but I make sure that I have at least some fat, some good fat. Like I said guys, this is all you need for your healthy meals. I'll be showing you guys how to cook for 2 days in this meal. I'll be cooking for 2 days, and maybe you guys can follow along and watch as well. Now I'm going to show you guys how to combine them into delicious and healthy meals. So guys, we'll be starting with meal number 1. Meal number 1 is breakfast, which I usually have eggs and oatmeal, but I'll show you how to make it in a very delicious and healthy way so that you can be consistent with this. So for our eggs, I usually have egg whites, but today the egg whites aren't available. So I'm going to make it with egg yolk. I don't usually like to waste food, so I'm going to cook it with the whole egg. 3 egg yolks is usually 18 grams of protein and about 200 something calories. I will show you how to cook it, and then I'll show you the oats along with it as well. So for the eggs, I start with usually a bit of olive oil. Just spray it on the pan so it's non-stick. Like that, just a bit. You don't need to measure that too much. It's pretty standard. Then you take 3 eggs, basic stuff guys. Crack it on the pan. 1, 2, and 3. These are all free-range organic eggs. I usually get these as well, so they're healthy and I know they're good for me. Put it on. Guys, I usually like to have my eggs scrambled, and what I do is while they're cooking, I put some cayenne pepper in it. So guys, just sprinkle a bit of cayenne pepper. When you use things that are hot in nature, they say it burns a few more calories, but then again, your nutrition has to be on point and you have to be eating healthy. It doesn't, just because you use cayenne pepper or cinnamon doesn't mean you automatically burn fat, but it does help in the fat burning process. You still need to be in a calorie deficit, you still need to eat the right foods and etc. But this is just additional help. Next, we're going to start with our oats. For our oats, I usually measure the oats, so I put them on the scale, and I like to have between 45 to 50 grams of oats. So what I do is I put the bowl on, tear the bowl so that the bowl weight is not measured. I take a big spoon, like here, and I measure the oats. So here you go, 12 grams, 20. If you have a cup or a quarter cup measure, you can use those as well. 45, that's fine for me. I just put a bit of water on it. Chuck it in the microwave for about a minute, minute and a half. And yeah, just wait for it, basically. In the meantime, what I do is I season my eggs. Guys, I like to use salsa with my eggs. Like I said again, salsa is a bit hot and it has some fat burning potential. So I just season my eggs. What I do with salsa is, again, I measure the salsa. I measure all my sauces. So salsa, I've got 16 grams of salsa, or about 20 grams of salsa. Yeah, exactly 20 grams of salsa. There you go. So the eggs, like I said guys, you don't have to eat plain eggs and plain oatmeal all the time. You can season them, you can use flavors, you can use different condiments. But again, you got to be careful with what you use and etc. A lot of people ask me all the time, what sauces I use, how do I make my food tasty? This is exactly how, guys. I'm giving you guys the behind the scenes of what ingredients etc. you should use. So I'm done with my salsa. Okay guys, I'm going to take the oats out. They're a bit hot, but essentially the oats are supposed to look like this. They're a bit watery. You should get them a little less watery, but it's fine for me. I'm happy with it. What I do is I actually season with a few condiments. So I use cinnamon, honey and sweetener. I'm going to show you guys what I do. So I just sprinkle the cinnamon on the oatmeal like that. I put a bit of sweetener as well. I just mix it up, and then I put a bit of honey. Again, with the honey, I measure it. I don't leave anything to chance. Cinnamon, sweetener, you don't need to measure it, but with honey, I do. About 10 grams, 9 grams, that's fine. So like I said guys, I'm very accurate in what I do, and I'm very precise. So with regard to, this is basically my breakfast, essentially. There you go, healthy breakfast. And I also use cashew as well. I'll put a bit of cashew on it, just to increase the fat sources. Sometimes on a low carb, high fat day, I need to have a little more fat. So what I'll do is, again, I measure the cashew. So I have about 5 to 6 grams of cashew. Yeah, there you go, 5 to 7 grams of cashew. That's fine. And sometimes I'll put a banana inside this as well. But today I'm having the banana with my yogurt, so I'll have the banana later on. There you go, guys. That's meal number 1. Okay, guys. Another thing I use in the morning is black coffee. Black coffee does have some fat burning properties, and it says that if you drink 1 to 2 cups of coffee a day and 1 to 2 cups of green tea, that it helps with it actually increases the amount of calories you burn. It increases your thermogenesis. Well, it increases your thermogenic capacity. Alright, so I just use 2 teaspoons of coffee, and then I put a bit of sweetener in it as well. I'll show you guys what the sweetener is, but I'm just going to get it out. Sweetener is right here. I'm just going to get the sweetener, put a couple of tablets in, and then I've already boiled some water. So I'm going to take this hot water and I'm just going to put it in the coffee. And there you go, I have a delicious cup of coffee along with my breakfast in the morning. It helps me a lot because it gives me, it puts my mind in a good mood, helps me be creative. When I'm eating breakfast, I also usually read a book. So I do my meditation, my priming, and my prayers as well at that time. So it's good. Like, I'm getting so much good nutrients in my body. I'm doing good things for my mind at the same time. So again, like I said, guys, you need to bunch up your activities. Okay, guys. So this will be meal number 1 complete. You've got oats, cashew, honey, and a bit of sweetener mixed up together. I mean, this is what it's supposed to look like when you mix it. It's not watery. It's pretty delicious. Sometimes I put some fruits inside this. This time I haven't. And we've got eggs with salsa, and we've got coffee. It's pretty low calorie breakfast, easy to go, easy to take, easy to make. It takes literally 5 minutes like I showed you. I'm just gonna take a bite of this. Oh my god, it's so sweet. It's so tasty. Oh yeah, that salsa and the eggs, the flavor just really kicks in. So good. And then of course, a little bit of my coffee. Alright guys, we're going to start with wheel number 2 now. Wheel number 2 is lunch, and I'm going to be making chicken and brown rice with some vegetables. So for the chicken, we've got the chicken here with all other meats, but I'm going to use just this. For my calories for today, I'm going to cook 200 grams of chicken. So I'm going to basically do this. I'll just take the chicken out of the plate and tear the plate. So you see it's with zero there, and I'm going to cut the chicken up into small pieces. So for the chicken, I'm going to make it into a diced chicken today, but I'm going to make sure the grams are there. So let's cut it. Let's see how much this weighs. It's about 150 grams there. Let's see how much this piece weighs. I think this should be about 200 something. It's about 227. So let's just take this little piece out. Let's see how much this goes. It's 208. Let's take a little more off. And 199. Okay, that's fine. Or don't stress too much. So I'm going to be cooking this entire piece of chicken today, and I'm going to be showing you exactly how I do it. So let's move these other meats aside. And with the chicken, so like I said guys, I'm going to cut diced chicken today. So I'm going to just cut into smaller pieces. And guys, a tip that I want to give while I'm doing this is that a lot of people cook chicken just like this. It's quite bland, but I mean, are you going to be able to do that consistently? You want to be able to season them nicely, be able to enjoy it. Personally, I really like chicken breast. It's super high in protein and super lean, and I'm used to eating it, and I eat it like pretty much every day. So I'll show you guys how to season this so it's tasty, and you can eat it like this consistently as well. And another advantage when you dice it is that you get the flavor and your seasonings actually sink into the smaller pieces more than a big chunk, and it cooks easier as well. Alright, there you go, it's almost done. Almost done, a bit of fat. Just going to remove that piece. Okay, actually I'll just take this piece and just remove it. That's fine. This is a bit of fat, I'm going to throw this. But yeah, essentially almost 200 grams of chicken. What I'm going to do to season it is basically I'm going to put it in a small plate. I'm going to put all of this onto a plate, and then I'm going to season them with some seasonings. Alright, so I like to use different kinds of seasonings for this. So what I'm going to use today is I'm going to use a bit of garlic. Garlic's super healthy for you. Yes, it makes your breath smell a bit, but eat some chewing gum, guys. Or brush well. So I put a bit of garlic. Garlic is really good for you. I put a bit of ginger seasoning as well. So the ginger garlic makes my way into its diet. Makes its way into my diet. I also use a bit of salt and some turmeric. Turmeric is really good for you guys. So I use a bit of turmeric for color. I put turmeric in my rice as well, and I put a bit of salt and pepper. And some salt. Okay guys, what I do then is I mix it up a little bit, make sure everything blends nicely. I spray the pan. I use a grill, and the grill that I use is a Foreman grill. I've been using it for so long, since 2012, and it's helped me a lot. So I just spray a bit on this, and then that's it. Basically, I turn the grill on, and it's ready to go. I just chuck the meat on there, and in 5 minutes it'll be ready. Alright, there you go, grill's on. Put the thing on. Yep, there you go, that's our meats. Well, that's our lunch anyway. For the rice, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this rice and actually turn this off so that you can hear me better. But I'll turn it on later on. But for the rice, what I do is I have a cup measure in the rice packet itself. So, but just to make sure everything is accurate, what I do is I take this big bowl, I put it on the scale and I measure the rice using this. So I know exactly how much grammage that there is. Personally, I like to measure using grams or milliliters or liters. I don't like using the cup measurers that much because that just confuses me a little bit. But it's up to you. If you're living in America, use the cup measures because that's what you're used to. If you're used to using the gram measures, then yeah, use the gram measures. But I just like sticking to 1 unit. So basically, I put one in. It's about 86 grams there. I put another one in. It's about 100. I'll put about 200 grams there. So it's 200 grams of raw rice. Remember, guys, cook your when you're weighing your carbs. Make sure you weigh it using either you cook it, you measure it raw the whole time, or you measure it cooked the whole time. Personally, I like measuring it cooked because I eat it when it's cooked. So it works out well for me. Just use your fitness tracker app to do that. Okay, guys, so for the rice, what we do is I have put those in. What I'm going to do with the rice is I'm going to put some water on it. Put a bit of water. You just need to make sure it's about this much above the rice level. So that's pretty much it. You don't need to measure it too much. It works well for me. Put it on. And I like to add seasonings with my rice. So this time I will add some ginger. Some people don't like doing this, but it's fine for me. I think it blends in and makes the flavor of the rice tasty. Some turmeric as well. A little bit of turmeric. And yep, that's about it. And I'll just mix it up a little bit. Just make sure it goes in with the rice, and then I'll just leave it to cook. And all I do is press cook, and then it's done. Okay, guys, our chicken is done. So I'm going to take it out of the grill. Something I also want to show you guys is when you use a two-sided grill, the fat kind of drains out. There's usually when you cook with non-lean meats, this tray is almost covered in fat. But because I've used such a lean meat, there's only a little bit of fat. But even then, I still cook it on the grill because it reduces the amount of fat storage. A lot of people ask why I use this grill still, and this is one of the main reasons. Okay, guys, I'm gonna put the plate this on. There you go. Beautiful chicken. We're going to wait for our rice, and I'll add some veggies to this as well. Okay, guys, so I'm adding the vegetables to this. So it makes it a complete meal. And I'll be having this for lunch today. There you go. Healthy, tasty meals. Okay, guys, the rice is now done. I'm going to serve it onto my plate. And here we go. So like I said, guys, I like to measure my rice when it's cooked. So I would maybe put about 150 grams of rice. Let's wait for the scale to turn up. Okay, guys, so let's go. So I've cooked the rice. What? 20, 48. That's about 100, maybe about 2-3 more spoons. We should be done. 150, guys. There you go. 154. That's fine. And so that will probably be meal number 2, which is lunch. I try to eat my meals spread out every 2.5 to 3 hours. So I'll eat my first meal, which is breakfast, which you saw earlier on in the day. I'll have my snack meal, and then I'll go to the gym. I'll have my snack meal, which is a protein shake and maybe some rice cakes or protein shake and a banana. And then I'll have this meal about 45 minutes after that snack meal. So about 2.5 to 3 hours after breakfast. There you go. Snack. Okay. Okay, guys, I'm going to be having my meal, a bite of my lunch. Let's see how it goes. It's so good. So, guys, usually I'll have along with lunch, I'll have a pear. as well, which is my fruit for the day, my first fruit. If I have fruit in the morning, I have like a smaller fruit. But again, like I said, I measure my pears, I cut it up, put it on the scale, measure it, and have it. Alright guys, for my snack, I'm going to be having a protein yogurt with some bananas and some green tea. Like I said, I incorporate diuretics like coffee and green tea. It helps you flush out a lot more water. It also keeps you satiated and is an appetite suppressant as well. It helps you with your thermogenic activity, and it helps increase it says it increases your calorie burning by between 80 to 200 calories. But then again, you also need to do the right thing to make that happen. And usually what I do with green tea is that I add a bit of sweetener in it. I don't like to have it plain, so I just put a bit of stevia, a few capsules. That's it, done. And that's my snack for the day. I'm gonna have some of it. Oh my god, we watched some of it. That's our line with you guys. Some of it. You feel that? Alright guys, I'm showing you my snack number 1 and 2 both in one shot. So for snack number 1, I have a scoop of whey protein and a plum, which I use every single day. It's a quick digesting protein, and it's a fruit which increases your liver glycogen. I also have some rice cakes. I haven't got them on me right now, but sometimes I incorporate that along with my food. This is what I take after my workout, like pretty much like within 45 minutes. There's no need to take it immediately after or 45 minutes after, but I do it because it helps increase. I feel good. I need something to fuel my body and fuel my muscles after. This is snack number 2. This is something I take in between lunch and dinner, and basically it's a high protein yogurt or Greek yogurt with bananas, sweetener and honey, and I just mix it up and I have it together. Again, I measure each of those things, and I have it with a cup of green tea as well. So the green tea is something I showed you earlier, how I make it. I have a cup of green tea and a cup of black coffee every single day as well. It helps me, and again, like at this point, I've gotten in most of my carbs, most of my proteins, my fruits, my vegetables, my greens, and yeah, I'm feeling good at this point, you know. And I've just got dinner to go. Okay guys, we had our final meal for the day, which is meal number 3, which is dinner. For dinner, usually I'll have something lighter like fish, which is easily to digest and lower in calories. Still very good in protein. I usually have white fish, but it's okay to have red fish from time to time, which is salmon and tuna as well. They're a bit higher in fat, but they're the good fats. So what I do to cook this is usually today I'm gonna have fish. I'm gonna have sweet potato and a vegetable, which is carrots. Nutritious, low in calories, and very filling as well. Alright guys, so with the fish, I'm gonna season it first. I'm gonna season it using some garlic. So I'm gonna just put some garlic paste on this. Rub it on. I'm gonna put some pepper on it. A bit of salt. And then I'm going to put some lemon on it. With the lemon, I'm going to put it on the pan itself. I'm going to put the fish on the pan. First, we're going to spray the pan. Alright. And then I'm going to put the fish on it. And I'm going to put some lemon on the fish. Put some lemon on both sides. Alright. That's good. I'm going to let the fish cook. Let that simmer and cook. In the meantime, I'm going to start preparing my carbs, which are sweet potatoes. Again, sweet potatoes are super high in fiber, and I've already measured the fish before. It was 200 grams of fish. That's 200 grams of fish, and I'm going to measure the sweet potatoes. So sweet potatoes are just simple. First of all, obviously you need to wash them a little bit, and then cut them. I like to cut them in round pieces. 5. Let's see how many grams they are. Usually you would measure them on a plate, but yeah, they're not that dirty. So yeah, about 180 grams of sweet potatoes. Okay, try it again. Yeah, about 180 grams. So the trick with sweet potatoes, guys, is to put it with enough water. So again, you need to put enough water, and when you poke a knife into it, it should be soft. So essentially, put a bit of water, and you put a bit of this thing on it, and just let that cook. So we're gonna let that cook, guys, and I'll join you for the tasting. Alright guys, this is my last meal. I've been running around throughout the day doing my work. I've done my workout. I have written one more chapter of my book. I have gotten like a lot of other things done. So now this is the time when I just relax. I spend time by myself, you know, I reflect on everything that I've done. And I've gone through all the process. I'm having dinner now. And dinner, basically I have fish, sweet potato and carrots, and I also have a little bit of fruits for dessert. I love this meal because it's just simple, easy to make, takes like 10 minutes. So basically I just put a bit of pepper on it for extra seasoning, and then I just have a little bite of it like this. Small little bit of sweet potato with the skin, and then fruits, and then maybe a bit of one carrot. There you go. The flavor is amazing. The texture is great. It's super soft. And then of course I'll have this later on. So that's it, guys. No. So along with this, guys, I drink about 4 liters of water a day, and that's about it, guys. That's what I eat in a day. It keeps me full, fit, healthy, lean, and if you do your exercises the right way, you can be muscular and athletic as well. Along with that, make sure that you are getting your fluids in and taking. I will show you in another video different kinds of supplements that I take. I agree with taking certain kinds of supplements, but not everything. So I will show you everything I need to take. But first of all is your nutrition. That should be your priority, and that should be the basis of any supplementation program. Your nutrition program should be #1. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, please just subscribe to my channel by clicking on the little red button below. And if you haven't already, please do press the bell notification button as well. You'll be notified of when I put a video out every single week. Thanks guys, do like it and share it as well. I'd appreciate it. Thanks a lot for your support. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye. Good? Done. Because I've already said, yeah, he can.